What's good, everybody? It is Ace here, back with another props video for you guys. Yesterday was a great day in the Discord. Finally, we had another great day. We went 6-1 on all the props that I dropped. So on the main slate, we had Embiid over 18.5 first half points. That's not PRA, that's a mistake. It was points. I'll fix that after. It was Embiid over 18.5 first half points. That was one of our favorite plays of the day. If you guys, the YouTube folks that aren't in the Discord, you guys did not get that play because by the time I dropped my YouTube video, it was already taken off the board. So a lot of people in the Discord paired that with the CMC free square and cashed easily. Embiid got, not easily, because Embiid got exactly 19 first half points. So the pre-bump value was crazy. Remember, guys, you guys got to join the Discord to get all my plays early on time, before the bumps, before they're off board, everything, because most of my plays get bumped or taken off the board completely. But yeah, pre-bump value was elite there, absolutely elite. A lot of people cashed with that CMC free square. We also had Maxi under 7.5 assists. This boy had 2 assists. He had 2 assists, bro. That's fucking crazy. That play was beautiful. That was like my longest write-up of the whole year, was for that play, and it just absolutely paid off to perfection. The read was absolutely insane there. Only 2 assists is absolutely crazy. We also had 1 unit on that, and then our chalkboard outline, White over 1.5 threes, 1 unit on that cashed easy. Sabonis over 20.5 points. This dude, bro, this boy had what do you have, 9 points in the first 7 minutes. He had 9 points in the first 7 minutes, and he ended the game with 18. Absolutely terrible. Harrison Barnes had like 40 points or something crazy. So it is what it is. He should have hit easily. He had a great start, but he choked. And then all my leans hit. I had Curry over 3.5 threes. That cashed in the first quarter. Insane. Herder over 1.5 threes on Sleeper. Cashed easy. And then I also had Maxi under 36.5 PA on PrizePicks. That cashed easy. So we went 3-1 on PrizePicks yesterday, 6-1 on the whole board in general. So yesterday was a great day for the Discord. Everybody's up, so love to hear that. I got 2 plays for you guys, but remember, if you guys want all the plays, because on Discord or on YouTube we went 2-1, but in the Discord we went 6-1. You guys missed out on 4 cashes that no other props missed. 4 cashes you guys all missed out on. With the low price of 25 bucks for a month, you can get all my NBA, NFL, MLB plays, and when MLB, when it's in season, you get premium only chat, you get weekly watch parties held in the Discord server. For $35 a month, only 10 bucks more a month, you get all my Rocket League props, which is my best sport on PrizePicks, is Rocket League. So a ton of people have been copping that membership, getting excited for Rocket League. Rocket League comes back next week, folks. So Rocket League is coming back next week. The first week is next week. So you guys got to make sure you want to cop that pro membership or lifetime. Either one of them gets you Rocket League props. That's my best sport by far, and it's on PrizePicks too, so anybody can play it on PrizePicks. And then lifetime, one-time $250 purchase, you get all the perks from the starter and pro memberships. You get Rocket League World Championship props when that event starts, which have the best props. Last year we went up 101 units in 10 days from Rocket League World Championship series. So it's just the best props. It's in September. And then you get exclusive props and slips from the Plus EV Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, which is, I pay 60 bucks a month for it. You guys get all the slips that I get from the optimizer included in lifetime. We're up like 13-ish units in the last week just from the optimizer itself, not even my plays. So it's been treating us very well. Everybody's been super excited and happy with their purchase in premium, especially lifetime. So yeah, make sure you guys take advantage of that. But I got 2 props for you guys. I already have like 4 or 5 props out for the Discord, but for the YouTube folks, I have 2 plays for you guys. Remember, if you want all the plays right now, you can get them. Join right now. You can get all those plays, all the write-ups, everything. Go ahead and hit the link in the description to join. The first play is going to be Damian Lillard under 6.5 assists. So if we look here in home games with Brook Lopez, Giannis, and Chris Middleton, Dame has gone under in his last 3 out of 4 home games with all those guys playing. And also just in general this season, Lillard is averaging 1.2 less assists per game at home compared to on the road. So he averages more assists on the road. This is a home game, so he's averaging a bit less assists at home, which is kind of interesting because you'd think it'd be the other way around, but that's just how it is. Those are his splits. He's also, if we go ahead and look at Lillard, assists this season. He's gone under in all 3 out of 3 games against the Cavs this season, averaging only 4.3 assists per game against the Cavs this season. So he had 4 assists, 5 assists, and 4 assists. 2 of these were road games. The only home game that he played was literally just 2 days ago when he only had 4 assists. Remember, he averages less assists at home, so this is a great sign. He only had 4 assists at home against the same team 2 days ago. He's gone under in all 3 games, soaring under. So the hit rate is head-to-head 3 out of 3. That's very, very good. Also, in general, the matchup. Look at point guards in the last 30 days. The Cavs are allowing the least assists per game to point guards in the last 30 days. So literally the toughest matchup in general, regardless of less assists at home, regardless of the head-to-head hit rate where he's gone under in all 3 out of 3 games. Just in general, this is the toughest matchup for point guard assists this whole season. Or sorry, not this whole season, the last 30 days out of all teams. So that's very, very good for the under here. Also, if we go ahead and look at his potential assists, this gives me Tyrese Maxey vibes, okay? Remember, Tyrese Maxey had an absolutely insane, unsustainable conversion rate with his potential assists and his actual assists. So if we look here at Damian Lillard as well in his last 3 games, you're going to see the same exact thing, not against the Pacers, against all teams. You're going to see the exact same thing. Damian Lillard is averaging 10 potential assists in his last 3 games, but he's averaging 7.7 actual assists. That's a 77% conversion rate. And if you guys watched yesterday's video from what we saw with Maxey, remember the elite point guards average like 55 to 60% conversion rate. That's considered elite. So 77% is just not sustainable at all. That's unsustainable, completely unsustainable. 2 out of these 3 games were against the Pistons. And if we do check the Pistons numbers, they are allowing the most assists per game to point guards. So 2 out of 3 of those last 3 games were against the Pistons, and then 1 of those were against the Cavaliers. So that conversion rate is absolutely inflated because he played the team that allows the most assists per game to point guard. So that's why his conversion rate is absolutely inflated. Now he's catching a tough matchup against the Cavs. And if we look just in general at Damian Lillard's potential assists against the Cavs this whole season in his three games that he's played them, that is not all season. Oh, I got to refresh the page. NBA.com's bugging on me. If we look at his 3 games against the Cavs this season, right, he's only averaging 6 potential assists per game. So literally, the prop is 6.5 and he's only averaging 6 potential assists. So if he got an assist on every single one of those potentials, he'd still not be able to go over this line. So obviously, that's not a guarantee that he's going to get only 6 potential assists, but the fact that he's played them 3 games this season, that's a great range of data. 3 games, that's very, very good data, and he's only gotten 6 potential assists per game in all 3 of those games. That's so low, and that's just absolutely insane that this line is 6.5. So that's great. Yeah, so if we go ahead and look at this stat or this website, and if we look at Damian Lillard, this website shows us where he gets his assists. So he's gotten 280 assists this season, right? And if we count up his at rim assists, so he's out of those 280 assists, 118 of them have been at the rim, and then 59 of them have been at the above the break 3. So if you combine that, 63% of Damian Lillard's assists this season have come from the rim or from the above the break 3. And if we check the Cavs, their last 10 games, they are allowing the 3rd lowest 3-point percentage against above the break 3s, where Damian Lillard gets a big bulk of his assists. They're allowing the second lowest 3-point percentage in their last 10 games against the above the break 3. And then if we look at the last 10 games for the Cavs against shots that are less than 10 feet, which are, most of those are going to be at the rim, the Cavs are allowing the 2nd lowest field goal percentage against shots that are less than 10 feet. So both of Lillard, where he gets 63% of his assists, those are top 3 hardest matchups in general in the last 10 games. So it's going to be very, very tough for him to get his assists in his spots that he typically gets his assists, which is why he's gotten such low assist numbers against the Cavs. It just makes sense, right? And currently right now at the moment, this prop is minus 152 on the under 6.5 assists on Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in the world. So just like Maxi, this prop will probably get bumped down to 6 by the morning, and most likely by the time that tip-off starts, unless there's like a crazy injury and like Giannis is ruled out or something crazy like that, which shouldn't happen. But yeah, I'm liking this prop. And then a second prop I have for you guys is again on PrizePicks. It's going to be another under. It's going to be Jaylen Green under 25.5 PRA against the Charlotte Hornets. So if we go ahead and look at his logs in road games, so Jaylen Green, there are some players in the league that their home and road games are just night and day. It's absolutely insane. Jaylen Green is one of the huge players that comes to mind when you think of that. So on the road, he's just awful. On the road this season with Sengun, Van Vliet, Brooks, and Jabari Smith Jr. playing, he's gone under in 73% of those games, and he's gone under in his last 6 out of 7 road games with those guys playing, which is absolutely insane. That's a very, very good hit rate for the under. And all those guys are healthy today, active to play today, barring any new injury news that hasn't been reported. So all 4 of those guys are slated to play today. And yeah, Jaylen Green has been garbage this season on the road. If we look at his splits, on the road, he's averaging only 37.6 field goal percentage, which is very, very low. And then at the 3-point line, he's averaging 27.6. He's shooting 27.6% from 3, which is garbage. And then just his points in general, he's averaging 2.6 points per game less on the road than he is at home, that's a huge discrepancy. That's almost 3 points per game lower just from road games. That's insane. If you look at guys who are playing 30 plus minutes and home versus road splits, that's probably one of, if not the most discrepancy in points per game out of players that are playing like 20 plus games and 30 plus minutes. That's an insane discrepancy. 2.6 less points per game just from road games to home games is insane. So he's just a whole different player on the road. He's very, very bad on the road. Originally, when I did do this research, I did want to take his 17.5 points under, but then I saw his PRA, which is 8 higher than his points, right? 25.5 is 8 higher than his points. I checked his RA game logs with these same players. These same players here mentioned, and on the road, he's averaging 7.1 RA per game this season with these guys playing on the road. And in his last 5 games with these guys playing on the road, he's averaging only 7 RA per game. So this prop is 8 higher than his points. In order for points to be the better value than PRA, Jaylen Green would need to get 9 RA or higher, which would obviously make points the better prop for the under. But he's only averaging 7 RA per game in his last 5 games on the road with those guys playing. So the value is a little slightly more on the PRA under here because it's 8 higher than the points. Also, the matchup in general, the Hornets are allowing the 15th, so literally smack dab in the middle, 15th assists per game and the 14th rebounds per game, 2 shooting guards in the last 30 days. So that's literally a middle of the pack matchup. It's not advantageous, but it's not an awful matchup. So he shouldn't be like going absolutely crazy on the RA against the Hornets because it's a mediocre matchup. So I'm liking the under PRA slightly more than under points. Terry Rozier is traded from the Hornets, right? He's not on the Hornets anymore. Brandon Miller is a starting shooting guard for the Hornets. He will be guarding Jaylen Green in this game. And Jaylen Green gets a ton of his shots from the restricted area and the above the break 3. So that's where literally those are his bread and butter, guys. He's shooting a ton from the restricted area and the above the break 3. So if we go ahead and check the Charlotte Hornets, and we go to restricted area, Brandon Miller is allowing, it's still high, which is 71% field goal percentage against RA shots, but that is the second lowest field goal percentage on the Hornets starting lineup. So out of every single player on the Hornets starting lineup, Brandon Miller is actually kind of tough to score on in the restricted area, even though it is still pretty advantageous. It's still the second worst on the Hornets starting lineup. But the above the break 3, where Jaylen Green shoots a ton, he gets a ton of volume. He hasn't been good at it on the road, but he's getting a ton of volume there. Brandon Miller is allowing the lowest above the break 3-point percentage out of all the Hornet starters. He's only allowing a 36.2% 3-point percentage against above the break 3s. And in Jaylen Green's last 5 road games, he's averaging like a 21% 3-point percentage from the above the break 3. So just in general, he's been garbage from the above the break 3. Now he's getting a very, very tough matchup there. So those two just don't combine those two don't sound like good for Jaylen Green, right? He's been garbage there, and then now he's getting an even, you know, tough matchup there. So it's just going to be pretty bad for Jaylen Green if Brandon Miller can do what he's been doing defensively in the last 5 games as he's, you know, gotten a bigger role. So it's going to be a tough matchup for him. And then in general, for shooting guards, the Hornets are allowing the 2nd lowest points per game in the last 30 days out of all teams against the shooting guards. And then if we look specifically at last 7 days, because, you know, that's when Brandon Miller's been getting more run and then Rozier's just been traded, the Hornets are allowing the 6th lowest or 6th least points per game to shooting guards in the last 7 days as Miller has, you know, ramped up and seen an increased role. So that's a tough matchup in general. And then also, Jaylen Green is averaging 3.4 pull-up 2-point field goals attempted per game in his last 5 games. And the Hornets are allowing the 2nd lowest field goal percentage against pull-up 2-point shots in their last 5 games. So it's going to be very, very tough for Jaylen Green to get pull-up 2-point shots. It's going to be very, very tough for him to get above the break threes where he shoots so much from, but he's been so trash at it. And Brandon Miller is just a very, very good defender there in general. So the way that I'm thinking is Jaylen Green is going to have to beat the Hornets by getting to the restricted area, which he shoots pretty well there. And Brandon Miller, you know, he's allowing the 2nd least field goal percentage against restricted area shots, but in general his percentage that he's allowing is still pretty high. So Jaylen Green's gonna have to attack the paint and attack the restricted area and get a ton of points there if he you know, wants to have a high scoring game, because all of his other spots on the court are tough matchups for him. So the thing with that is that the Hornets are garbage against the restricted area, right? They're absolutely trash. So what I'm thinking is, you know, Jaylen Green, he's gonna need to get there in order to score more points. But really, I'm seeing a Sengun game. You know, I'm seeing a Jabari Smith Jr. Sengun game. I really think I think it's Sengun or Shengun. I really think Sengun's gonna have a great game. The Hornets are absolutely garbage against the restricted area. When you think of restricted area on the Rockets, you don't think of Jaylen Green. Like, he has shot very well there, but I don't think the offense is going to run through him. I definitely think Sengun's going to have a very good game, and the offense is going to run through Sengun, I think, most of the game. And I don't think the Rockets will have a problem with that, because Sengun's just been absolutely great, and he's getting an absolutely insane matchup against the Hornets. So I really think this is going to be a Sengun game. I don't think Jaylen Green's going to be doing that much. And if Sengun does start to pop off and he's feeling himself and he's shooting a ton, that's obviously going to help with our Jaylen Green under. And it just makes sense. You know, the game script just makes sense. The matchup is completely there for Alperen Sengun. So I think that's how the game's going to go. But remember, guys, these are 2 PrizePicks props. If you guys are tailing, leave a like, leave a comment down below if you are tailing. And if you guys want all the props in the Discord, remember, we went 2-1 on YouTube yesterday, but we went 6-1 in the Discord. You guys missed out on 4 props just because you aren't in the premium. Make sure you guys join the premium. You guys get every single prop that I post. I have more props literally right now on the board right now in the server. On the YouTube video, I'm only posting 2 props. You guys get all my props, all my write-ups, access to the premium chat, which, you know, we have a great community in the premium chat. We have discussions every single day. The chat is lively through almost every hour of the day. We have a bunch of night owls that stay up, talk sports, talk props, talk life, talk school, talk work, talk about anything, bro. Like, we have such a great community that we built, and everybody's enjoyed the community as well, and just chatting and talking about whatever comes up. So if you guys want to join this great community, great picks, great everything, the description, YouTube description, will have a link to join down below. I promise you guys will not regret it. Every single month that we've had a premium, we've all profited. So it's just been a great time. 2024 has been very, very good to me, and very, very good to everybody in the Discord. So yeah, good luck to your props today. Good luck if you guys are tailing. If you guys do enjoy the write-ups and agree with me in the reasoning, you know, feel free to tail. Good luck to you guys. Have a great day. Peace, blessings. Catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.